Hello, 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 my forget-me-nots. Sleeping lady here, ASMR. In this video, I wanted to thank Katherine L for your request. It is going to be a Magnolia Journal. A while back last year, Katherine L requested that I get this for 2020 Magnolia Journal, and I am going to flip through this here. And this one was for 2020. Time goes by so fast. But again, thank you, Katherine L, for your request. So, get comfortable, chill, and relax. And this time, I have a chocolate milk with me. Before we get into this Magnolia Journal Magazine, I have a made chocolate milk. It was just regular white milk, but I put the chocolate here. So, cheers. Okay, I'm gonna put that aside. Well, let's get started. This is a Magnolia Journal inspiration for life and home, and this issue was for 2020. Making space for rest that restores us. This was one of the first magazines I have read from Magnolia Journal, and you can see it says, "Nourish sweet and savory homemade breads. Design a great cozy space in your home. Reflect an invitation to pause and reset." And I found this in my stack of saved magazines. I really do enjoy these Magnolia journals. So, let's go ahead and open it. As you can see here, this is a KitchenAid, and I guess for 2020 it was their holiday collection at Target, or at with Magnolia only at Target. it's really, really interesting how kids see the world. Sometimes I think, and I know I've read it in the Bible before, that is true. Don't lose your childlike faith and your childlike spark. Chip and Joanna Gaines. This is the editor, the one who made the journal. Okay, the next page we have this car because kids, dignitaries, and large dogs always have places to go. Dignitaries. The most versatile advanced home the world has ever seen. Okay. Nice car. Looks like a family car. Chevrolet. suggest prioritizing rest in what is typically the busiest times of year. But I've come to learn that it's often in the slow and simple moments that we're able to really, really, really feel the thrill of the holidays. And it's in the quiet that we can hear clearly the goodness of life happening all around us. The concept of slowing down might make some of us uncomfortable. It's almost become second nature to constantly be in pursuit of what's next, to look ahead at where we're going before we've had a chance to acknowledge where we've been. But only when we are at rest can we celebrate all that we already are, all that we've already done. On page 62, we invite you to pause for an exercise of reflection and ode that you've had, and all the growth that came from it. Rest will look different for all of us. For some, good rest can be as literal as taking a nap. For others, it might mean finding repurpose in an interest or passion that fills you up. Chips take on page 112 shows us how rest and work go hand in hand. In the kitchen, there's comfort to be found in recipes that help us celebrate the season in ways both old and new. Our essential homemade bread recipe on page 66 leads itself to a variety of sweet and savory breads you can bake all winter long. You'll find a few of our favorites there too. This year might have asked more of you than you ever anticipated. I hope you'll set aside some of those expectations, leave some of the work undone, the achievements unmet. Let us dispel the misguided belief that we are to find worth only in the hustle. Instead, may we take a break to feel the shift of the season, to slow down, to watch our breath, and to keep. There is value in choosing to rest. Love, Joanna. Smart woman. Well, on to the next with more sips of that chocolate milk. Rich in flavor, rich in creativity. Wow, I forgot about this. Look, open Pearson for your creativity. I love this Pearson, however you say it, P-O-U-R-S-I-N, P-O-U-R-S-I-N. I love this. I love this flavor so much. It is so savory and herb. The herbs are very nice, very yummy. Oh, so good. I have it with like any kind of plain crispy chips. And yeah, I got mine from Costco. It's cheaper at Costco, and you get a pack than you would get it from cars here in Alaska. But open Pearson, free your creativity. And this is how it looks, you guys. If you like savory snacks, and this cream is so yummy, garlic and fine herbs. or I think it was 2 years ago. Time is just going by so fast, I don't know. We did change like our sink and our shower head. That's just a little FYI, an unnecessary FYI, but I think I would just say it because it gives you a positive grade, you know. Raise your glass. Speaking of which, I'm gonna have another sip. It's almost empty, 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 empty. But yeah, let's change the page. Go hands free. People are trying their hand in the kitchen, cooking, baking champignons, sourdough. I love sourdough. Oh gosh, my grandma used to make the best sourdough in the world. I miss it. I miss her sourdough so much. I remember I reached out to my grandma before she passed on. I told her that I was gonna go visit her like around the summer, and she'd teach me how to make her sourdough. But it was unfortunately too late, and she passed on before she could show me her secret recipe. Well, I don't even know if it was secret, but she used to make the best sourdough, and I wish I was there so she could teach me how. Yeah, thinking of it, I can still taste how she used to make her sourdough. So guys, if you guys have your grandmas, go to her for her recipes and cook with her in the kitchen. It's so precious and so dear. We are Magnolia Network 2021 launch. Oh, was it for last year? I'm not sure. Oh yeah, it was from 2020. They were talking about 2021 launch. Over here, we are risk takers, course changers, path makers, creators, dreamers, storytellers. Here's a sampling of what you will see on Magnolia Network. All these things: food and cooking, design and restoration, dreamers and risk takers, etc., 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 etc. Look how interesting. You can see how old a tree is by the lines. If you count the lines, you're able to see how old a tree is. And I love that trees look like lungs, and they help us breathe. I think that is so beautiful how our God makes things. Even fruit, like carrots look like eyes, and carrots are good for the eyes. And what else? And figs are aphrodisiac, and they're good for men, and they have like seeds, and it looks like, you know what I mean, and etc. There's lots of fruits that look like our insides, and that's what it's actually good for. Like kidney beans are good for the kidney. I think that's so genius and so intricate and beautiful of our Lord to make just children about what they think of rest, and actually kids are playing outside as of the moment right now. So you may hear four-wheelers outside or some kids laughing and screaming out there. I think a family is playing outside, but unfortunately I cannot control that. But I like the fact that coincidentally kids are playing outside as I am speaking of childlike faith. But looking back at the themes that define our year, I want to read about this. Let's read about this first. Proof of living. When we look closely at the rings of a tree, often we can perceive more than just the length of its life woven into the variation of color. Are clues about years that were rich with rain as well as those that were dry, signs of bounty, perseverance, and survival. This piece of nature feels especially apt as we look back at the themes of our year: purpose, risk, rhythm, and rest. There is peace that comes with acknowledging we are not meant to have rings that measure evenly from start to finish, but that in the varied size of each ring in the year, in the ever-changing conditions of each year, is the real proof of living. That's so beautiful. But that in the varied size of each ring, in the ever-changing conditions of each year, is the real proof of living. That is so beautiful. I think that's why this was one of my favorites I read so far with the Magnolia Journal. It's just beautiful. And this is what led me in to the Magnolia Journal. Cookies. The embrace of winter. If you hate the cold and you hate the winter, what's the point? Because you can embrace it instead. You can change your outlook on it than hating it because it's already there. And this is a story by Joanne Gaines, but I'm gonna keep on going. Winter wraps around us. All calm, all is bright, all is calm, all is bright. Pantene. to eat, turn off your phone, call an old friend, read a book, meditate, 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 meditate. Go to the park, stay home, cook a healthy dinner, order takeout, etc., etc., etc. pause. Let's pause. Let's pause. Let's pause. Let's pause. What if all we needed was to be paused? What if we all just pause? What if we all just paused? It's been a roller coaster of a year. Who among us hasn't at times wanted to stop the ride? If only we could have stepped away or hit fast forward and watched the pages fly up the calendar. Well, it kinda did. We're already in 2022. Wow. Hindsight. Let it rest, let it rise. What a metaphor in itself. Overnight bread dough. Yum, and this is just how to make bread. I love making bread. I brought it to a teacher's luncheon one time, and it was a hit. The bread that I made, they had lots of soup there, and I brought my bread to the office in like the break room, and it was gone just like that. I was so proud. Cheddar bacon pans. Yum, that looks very delicious. Twisted cranberry nuts. And then here is the recipes how to make it. Maybe I can make it one day. I'll keep this in the stacks. Rosemary sea salt, Parmesan garlic, yum, pizza rolls. My kids would love the pizza rolls. We buy the store-bought pizza rolls. And here they are. And then the recipes, how to make it, how to make it, how to make it, how to make it. And the cinnamon nut coffee cake, orange loaf, twisted cranberry nuts, and of course the recipes on how to make it. The recipes on how to make it. The ins and outs of slumber. A good night of sleep can make the world look and feel brighter, but with busy lives and our often busy minds, getting a full 8 hours of peaceful rest is sometimes easier said than done. Finding the sleep formula that works for each of us is possible with a little exploration and some basic trial and error. We have to up our awareness so we can build a strong foundation and then remain vigilant for potential setbacks. It's a learning process, but in the end, the effort can lead us to the restoration sleep we want and need. Restoration, sleep we want and need. Pay attention to our sleep patterns can lead us toward more restful and restorative. S-L-E-E-P. Sleep. Look at that moon. The peaceful looking sky. Start on the right side of the bed. Overcome sleep setbacks for a good night of rest. Tracking sleep. one definitive way to increase REM sleep, but keeping a sleep schedule and getting regular physical exercise during your waking hours are two good places to start. And I read that one right there. Studies have found that people who practice calming exercises regularly, such as deep breathing and meditation, see a positive effect on the ability to get deeper sleep, as you calm offer short meditations to help you fall asleep. Or for the same calming benefits, look to activities that streamline and quiet thoughts before bed. For some, this translates to nighttime book reading, while others enjoy listening to music. Even the sound of simple white noise is enough to help some people transition to a more peaceful state of mind. This reminds me of ASMR. What a perfect fit. Thank goodness Katherine L. Had requested this. It's so perfect for ASMR. And ASMR is very, very calming. It makes me want to keep on reading. Let electronics rest. Consider what you consume. Times change. Know your trigger points. I want to read this one. Some people find themselves anxious every Sunday evening as they think ahead to upcoming events of the week. Stress can affect sleep in a big way, so when you know a specific time or activity is a trigger, consider different approaches. Experiment with working around your triggers, perhaps by holding off on your to-do list, or keep a notebook handy that you can use to write down what's keeping you awake. You can use to write down what's keeping you awake. Experts say the very act of writing things down can be a release. I'm making recreate matching archways in other rooms to continue the authentic feel throughout the home. Lynn Clothenums, Kloidhanonomsup. And here are like the finishes, paint colors, fixtures, lighting, furniture, etc. etc. The gift of gathering. I love gathering sometimes. It feels like a release, you know, gathering and bonding with family. Surprise and delight. I love the feeling of walking into our clicking through the pages of a new shop where every item you see is something you love or a gift that's perfect for someone you love. These kinds of finds make holiday shopping all the more enjoyable, and I do a story worth sharing whether you'll be browsing online or in a person to sell goodies. Our team has gathered some of our own favorite specialty shops to help you point you toward the joy that comes with discovering something truly unique. And this is just places like specific. Oh, this is hard to pronounce. Pacifier. Present and correct. London. Goods for the study. New York. And to all a good gift. For her, gifts. For him, gifts. More gifts for the kids here. And yeah, this is more furniture and architecture and decorations. The calm simplicity of winter. It's still winter here in Alaska, as we speak. Cozy up your own space. Layer rugs for warmth underfoot. Mix textures in upholstery, pillows, and throws. Be intentional about light placing more than one light source in a room. Keep lamps close to favorite sofas and chairs for evening reading. Position stacks of books in easy reach of seating areas where people gather. Arrange seating closer together than you otherwise might. Consider adding textures to walls. Embrace raw materials. Use wood on ceilings, floors, or both. Warm up your colors, remembering that cozy doesn't have to mean dark. Lighter colors can be balanced with warm colors. And those are just like pointers, ways to cozy up your own space. do you think it's hard to fall asleep? Was the question. And he's too excited for his birthday to come. Pace, age 6. Kate, age 5. Because I think of scary things. Can you bring on the next question? And then here is Ivy, age 7. Because you liked your day and your brain can't stop thinking about all the stuff that happened. And then Becker, age 9. Sometimes because you are scared, but then you can ask mom or dad to close the closet door or turn on a light. Also, a stuffed animal helps so much. I'll just read the quotes. This is Mike Mitchell. It sounds strange to say because we think the simplest thing in the world should be to take it easy, but it can be hard work to slow down. And over here is Nichelle Trample Spellman. When we cross the threshold into our own time, the talking about work is done. If it all melts together, then home loses its place as a sanctuary. When we cross the threshold into our own time, the talking about the work is all done. If it all melts together, then home loses its place as a sanctuary. Esel Ramos and Joe Milling. I think these two are businessmen in barbecue. And this guy was construction, and then this girl is baking. Helps me disconnect to figuring out flavors to bake. Oh, okay. That's how she winds down. But I don't know what she is. Oh, her and her husband are both television writers. And then this guy, I'm always tinkering with things. New recipes are planned. That's how I recharge my batteries. One of them. And this girl, movement is its own rest for me. And that videos for you guys, chilling and relaxing and getting comfortable, and also watching ASMR myself. I love watching ASMR. That makes me rest. It's almost like skin scratching. I love getting skin scratched as well. And oh, to the catnap. Permission to rest granted. Permission to rest granted. How can work and rest go hand in hand in your life? There's a space to write. I'll read the last paragraph. My point is, we can't concede our well-being to the opinions of those around us, or how it might look to others. Know yourself. Know yourself. Find the rest you need, and don't sacrifice it for any lesser thing. Source book. Shades of Light. And here's the last page. Other than this right here. We believe in home that it should restore us from today and ready us for tomorrow. We believe in friendship because friends who feel like family are the best kind of friends, and that nothing matters more than family. We believe in seeking the balance between hustle and rest, and learning to find contentment in both. We believe everyone deserves a seat at the table, and everyone has a story worth telling. We believe in human kindness, knowing we are made better when we all work together. We believe in courage and cartwheeling past our comfort zone and trying something a little bit scary every day. We believe that failure needn't be a negative thing. Failure needn't be a negative thing. Rather, we learn from our mistakes and fail smarter next time. We believe in doing good work that matters, and in choosing that, nudging others towards doing the same. We believe that newer isn't always better, and that it's time for the pendulum of pendulum of trend to swing back to the basics. We believe in unearthing beauty, however hidden or subtle it might be. We believe that each day is a gift, and that everyday miracles are scattered about, if only we have the eyes to see. And of all heroic pursuits, large or small, we believe there may be none greater than a life well loved. Magnolia Manifesto. Wow, beautiful. And that is Magnolia Journal for 2020. Again, thank you, Katherine L. That was perfect.